Hey everyone, my name is Kumo and this is my Patreon-powered reaction to the 5th episode of Ixion Saga DT. So, in the last episode, focus shifted over from the princess's group to ED's group. And ED's group, ED and like the one friend he brought over to his house. And his fiancée who he met, she's very nice. Unfortunately, things are a bit awkward because she doesn't know about his current biological condition. And she's talking about all these kids that she wants to have with him, and he's like, I don't think I can do that anymore. I'll try my best, but don't get your hopes up. And of course, nobody knows that he hasn't told anyone. He really can't blame the guy. And he also had his distant relatives that kind of come over and trying to do their evil schemes, and luckily he was able to thwart them, and everything worked out in the end, really. I remember there was a bunch of silliness with birds wearing wrestling masks and very many siblings, wrestling siblings, but yeah, everything worked out fine. Oh, and apparently he's the Full Metal Alchemist, which is also quite a title. So yeah, I assume things will shift back over to Cone and the princess and everything. And I think Marianne was going to get some focus in this episode. I think it showed something like that in the preview. So let's get into it. Let us begin in 3, 2, 1, play. I hit my space key so gently I wasn't even sure if I hit it enough, but yeah, it's playing. I try to hit it fairly loudly just so you can audibly hear it, so you know exactly when I pressed it. For syncing up with me and everything. And I'm just talking because nobody else is. Okay, here we go. Yeah, perk up. Yeah, He's not wrong. And he has a lot of trauma in his life, doesn't he? But you never listen. Because she's special. Yes. But between your legs, you lay more on the boy side. Yeah, what's there to explain? It's very slingy, yeah. You don't have to be all fancy about it, but pretty much. Yeah, I can actually see that, yeah. Idiot. Wow. They use that same word in Ryuo no Oshigoto. Oh no, you poor baby. Can't even go to a fantasy world with a princess. I have so much sympathy for you. Well, if you're impatient, you can always use Marianne's lap as a nice bed, soft bed. Yeah, just open your eyes. You don't have to believe them. Oh wow, a beach. I thought it said city, like a beach city. I'm a little bit confused. D T D T D T D T D T D T. Okay. There's something about that makes me want to say it out loud with it. But yeah, either way, beach episode, so yeah. But like I said, put your headphones away before getting in the water. Since they're blue, you could lose them in the ocean, so. Are they really going to be traveling long enough for blizzards to be an issue? You can join us for the beach episode if you want. If you have nothing better to do. His sword's bigger than the princess. BL. You can tell me that stands for beautiful life all you want, but that is not what BL stands for, and you have me very worried right now. Oh god, wow. I mean, yeah, things are looking up. Man. Like we're just repeating them. And... Cone. Yeah, I did not need to see that. At least wear shorts, man. It doesn't help that the subtitles are in the lower part of the screen along with his junk. And especially after that BL title, I'm very nervous about seeing those two together. Oh. Changing with the princess? Nice. But I'll make an exception for this place. Naturally a one-piece swimsuit. And very good as well. A very unique one. One of those things is definitely not to complain about. It's like even the little fur balls looking around. I mean, if you insist. You might be surprised. What is that voice? In fact, she has an entire party. Oh wow. Straight out with it. I'll drag your balls down with me. A cock block. Well, let me show you. I mean, you say that now. Well, maybe they complain so much. People want to be around you. You know, out of all the characters in that party, you are the one I want to see the least wet and in a swimsuit. And even attracting girls, which makes sense. I know, right? If somebody will kidnap Marianne. I mean, depending on the person, having balls is not really a deal breaker. uh, she should care more about your feelings. Yeah, her meat is great. Huh, wow, she is quite impressive, actually. And you can feel the salt coming off of him. And he's really hung up on that. Because it made life more interesting this way. But yeah, I'm interested in learning more about her. Was she not always so happy? Man, seeing the sweat flying out. Yeah. Looks just a little bit different than she does now. It's supposed to be symbolic, you know, telling him to give up his life as a man. But you're older, that's all that should matter. That makes perfect sense. No, it doesn't. And that butterfly did nothing wrong. What an asshole. I mean, he still seems pretty popular back then. I happen to be an expert on this subject. But yeah, it definitely is cliche, I get that. Are you here to kill me in my sleep? So I have no regrets. Well, possibly regrets as a father, I guess. Is that the same dagger that was given to Marianne? Doesn't seem too broken up over it. Well, probably his weapon that did it. You know, for framing and all that. Short sword, dagger, close enough. There's not really much to defend, he didn't do it. Stop interrupting the story. As a person with first world problems. I'm sure you wouldn't lose all your support just like that. There's just there's no real evidence. Because of course there wouldn't be. Dear diary. Today my life pretty much got ruined. If I sneak very quietly, he won't notice me attempting to murder him. Freezing, bro. Well, yeah. uh, it's kind of a waste. What are you doing? I have expected him to eat it. I wonder if we'll get that during this series. Family reunion. Yeah, where does that come into play? Oh? So she knows more? And how smug can you look? Oh, so she did join them in the beach fun. That cool. Cool. Something like Marianne? Well, either that or a corpse. One of those things is less dark than the other. And then love at first sight. Thank you for telling me your life story. Well, it was already pointed out earlier in the episode you should have been here at the time. But I will not throw away my balls. Not really. But we know the final destination. Assuming you don't die at the side of the road. So they seem to be getting along fine. Splurge on mushrooms. Still don't quite where the whole becoming a woman thing comes into play, but I'm sure we'll get there. Unless this whole thing just one giant tease and we never find out. Is he really gonna sell that? We're supposed to say, not as beautiful as you, though. Because you kind of missed the timing. Oh, what? That was originally her name? Yeah. As soon as she called her Marianne, I put the pieces together. Jesus, man, that's some snoring. I think you just go sleep with the princess and Marianne. Well, now that she's sleeping, I guess. Are you drunk? uh, oh. Yeah, I should take care of that. She's got you now. uh, about that. And yet, you know. just let it happen. Is that really? I mean, if it's just practice, it doesn't count, so it's fine. And the next morning, he became a man. Or rather, when he woke up the next morning, he was a man. uh. Apparently he took my advice to sleep with Marianne very literally. So that's the concern here. Eh? So much confusion in that room. Are you telling me that was all a big lie? Were you really just trolling me? They just both came up with their own stories. uh, what? So basically most of this episode was just one giant lie. And we learned pretty much nothing. Knowing this show, I was kind of half expecting to be trolled, but... I want a refund on my sympathy. I guess it would explain why the one story was so cliche, because it was just made up on the spot. And it's the kind of story that he would make up, you know, a martial arts story. I think Cohen might need that cigarette after the night he had. So that was the 5th episode of Ixion Saga DT. You know, I was gonna talk all about Marianne's backstory and everything, but until I was told it was all a lie, so I feel kind of silly talking about it at all, really. But apparently, the reason that Marianne is tranny is just because, you know, she wants to. I guess that's really all it boils down to. These stories that we were given were just stories made up by the princess and the one guy whose name I swear I'll eventually remember. But Cone did end up, you know, spending the night with Marianne, so I guess he's no longer a DT, a virgin. Though I doubt anything really happened because then the title would be a lie. But of course I wouldn't be too surprised since this is a very trolly show, apparently, so... But I'm pretty sure he's still a virgin. And, I mean, there's not really much to say beyond that since most of the episode was a lie. But we did find out that Marianne's quite popular, you know. Tons of people around her, both men and women, so... You know, everybody loves Marianne. Yeah, that's pretty much all there is really to say, so... Thank you for watching, and thank you Cnouki, as well as everyone else, for doing what you can to support the channel. It means a lot to me, and I hope we can continue to grow the channel together. If you want to do more to support the channel, then you can become a patron on my Patreon, and get cool rewards like early access to certain videos. Have a good one.